What if you're curious if the Yolobox Extreme can do what you need it to do? Well, today, let me show you just a deep dive into everything that it can do. Presented by Church Tech U, a deep dive into the Yolobox Extreme. Hi and welcome again. My name is Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you've been curious to see if the Yolobox Extreme is one that would help you, go ahead and tell me about it in the comments below. So, Yolo Live, the company behind the Yolobox, sent this to me so I would take a look at it, and I thought that I would give you kind of an overview of everything that it can do. The very first video I did was an unboxing, and I didn't really show a lot of what was going on with it. The second video I showed you about doing alpha. I also have a video where I talk about my favorite features. With this one, I thought that we would just dive into the interface. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the initial screen when you connect to the Yolobox Extreme. First it fires up with the Yolo Live logo, but after that you've got a choice to make. Are you wanting to live stream or are you wanting to switch and record? Depends on which you want to do as to which I would select, but a lot of times I do my work here in the monitor mode, so I'm going to click it and go ahead. Now we have 3 sources showing right now, but that's because I don't have anything plugged into it. There are 8 possible sources, 3 HDMIs that are 1080p only, and the rest are 4K. So that's pretty cool. I have 2 video outputs, so I can switch in between those, and I could have like a preview in a program. I could also send the output of the Yolobox Extreme to a recorder if I wanted to. Lots of different things that I could do. So let me just give you an overview. First off, I can click up here and I can select my resolution: 480p, 720p, 1080p, 2K, or 4K. Keeping in mind that 2K is a slightly wider version of 1080p, and 4K is 4 times that. It's twice as wide and twice as tall, so that's why it's 4. So choose that. We have some stuff that for churches wouldn't be as helpful, like the instant replay feature, so I'm not going to talk about that. We do have the ability to start the recording. That's cool. I'm going to click cancel here. Down here at the bottom here, down here, right here, this is where you can change your recording settings, change where you're recording to, etc. So good stuff right there. I can click in here and I can go through all my settings here. Notice that I can send an NDI out from the Yolobox. So if I needed to send that to another computer to do live streaming, like with OBS or something, I could. So that's pretty cool as well. I can select what the HDMI outs do. So I'm a big fan of that. There's a feature down here that says Yolo Deck configuration. The Yolo Live people make something that's very similar to a competing product you may have heard of, the Stream Deck. Well, theirs is about the size of the regular Stream Deck, but it's meant to control the Yolo Deck. So if that's what you're looking for, they've got that as well. Down here at the bottom, I can switch between my transitions. So of course it has the regular one, cut and fade. I would have called that a dissolve as opposed to a fade, but a lot of people that aren't as used to the production world call it fade, even though technically that's what we would talk about with the fade to black, which they have as well. There are these other transitions, I think, just from a video production standpoint. Those are very specialized things that you're not going to use. Most of the time, but it's good to know you've got them if you needed them. I've got something here where I could play music. I can do an auto switch. Oops, hit the wrong thing here. Do an auto switch where, for example, have the video follow the audio, etc. So that might be something that's helpful for you as well. If I go in here, I can change the order of the tools. I've already removed the scoreboard and replay from mine just because I'm never going to use those. So by default, when this ships, it does have both of those, and just adding those in is just as simple as clicking the little plus button. And you can also click and hold the hamburger menu here on the side, and you can reorder things. So basically I put them in the order that I thought that I was most likely to use them, and that's what we see down here at the bottom is this order of things. So that's all within the monitor mode. You can also do just simple switching. Here, let me select 1080p here, get that off the screen. Simple switching just by double tapping on whatever source you want, and it'll use the default transition that you have set up, so it's very simple to use. Going back here, upper left hand corner, I clicked on this and it's asking me if I want to get out of that mode. Now we go into this, and you'll notice that I have some of these events that I did with an earlier version of this, the Yolobox Pro. This is the Extreme, which is much more full featured, and but since I'm using the exact same account, it does show that up. I can go ahead, add a new event, give it a title. Notice tap there, and I've got a touch screen here to type in stuff as well. Do the same for description, do the date, etc. And then I can click create. Of course, it needs more in there than I've put in there, so that's why I'm not going to do that. But you can just RTMP, do RTMP live streaming to Facebook or YouTube directly from the Yolobox Pro. So it is a very helpful thing to have. And notice I can go in through here. This is based on Android, so if you're familiar with the Android ecosystem, some of it may look a little similar to what you've used before. And I can go in here and change where things are located, change the auto lock, the brightness, the rotation of the screen, what keyboard I'm using, etc. And even factory reset it if I wanted to. So that is a deep dive into kind of the interface of the Yolobox Extreme.